Welcome Game 1 at Busch Stadium. We are replaying this World Series using Stratomatic, and I received one of these in the mail the other day, and they are very cool. I'm collecting a few of these, and I'd like to get the 60s and the 70s. Um, they are from Fleer originally, and they put these out. Some of them can be pretty pricey. This one happened to be very, very within my budget. And it tells you, it gives you the history. Guys learn the history of the World Series through these cards. And I like the style, excuse me, the artwork and the cartoony style. They get more and more cartoony and humorous as we get closer to the 70s. This is a little bit serious, but it is the old. It reminds me a lot of the old Superman cartoons and Spider-Man cartoons from the 60s. So I really like the artwork on these, and I'm a big fan of comics and anything cartoonish. So anyway, I picked this up. It was very, very inexpensive, just a couple of dollars, and I have it in my collection. And when I replay the '64 set, I can pull it out and I can look at it, and I can just a way of remembering. Hey, I'm playing the '64 set right now, and just a little fun little novelty item from the history of Fleer and baseball and so forth. So we're going to get started. Stratomatic, and we're going to roll the 1964 Yankees versus the 1964 Cardinals. For the Yanks, it's going to be Whitey Ford. He had 17 victories and a 2.13 ERA. He's going to go up against Ray Sadecki with 20 victories and a 3.68 ERA. And we are right about to get started. Going to find the crowd, get them into the game. And there they are. So leading off for the Yankees is going to be Phil Linz, the shortstop. Linz hit 21 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, and batted .250. And here's the roll for Linz. And that's a 1-4, so it's going to be off Linz's card, and that's a ground ball to the left side over his Grote, over the first, one away. Bobby Richardson, he hit 25 doubles, 4 triples, and 4 home runs in '64. And that's 3-4. And that's lined and caught by the shortstop Grote. 2 away now. This would be Roger Maris. Maris hit 12 doubles, 2 triples, and 26 home runs. Batted .281. And that's going to be off of Sadecki's card, 4-11. And that's going to be a ground ball comebacker right to Sadecki. He feels his position, and 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first inning. All right, Curt Flood is going to lead off. Curt Flood hit 25 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, and batted .311. Here's the pitch to Flood. It's going to be off Whitey Ford's card. I'm going to find Whitey Ford. All right, tracked him down. He's out where he's supposed to be now. 6-11 on Ford's card. It's going to be a ground ball to the right side. And that's going to be to Pepitone. Takes it himself. 1 down. Lou Brock. Lou Brock had an outstanding year, batted .315 and 64. And it's going to be 5-4. So it's going to be off Whitey Ford's card. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, and that's Boyer. I'm sorry, that's they're Boyers on both sides. And that Boyer is going to be a 1. Let's see if we can get him here. We rolled a 5-5-1. It's going to be a ball that Boyer handles over to first. 2 away now. This will be Grote. Dick Grote. Dick Grote had 35 doubles, 6 triples, and 1 home run, about a .292. And it's a 6-10 off Ford. 6-10 is a ground ball to the shortstop. And that's Linz. He's a 3. We rolled a 17. 17, and that's going to be a ball that Linz handles across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the second inning, no score. Okay, it's going to be Mickey Mantle leading off the top of the second inning. Here's Mantle. Mantle had 25 doubles, 2 triples, 35 home runs with a .303 average. Let's say 4. Let's see if you can see that. A 4-8 off Sadecki. Let's be a fly ball lifted to right field. Right fielder Shannon goes back and makes the catch for the first out. Next up is Elston Howard. Elston Howard hit 27 doubles, 3 triples, 15 home runs, and batted .313. That's a 3-6. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Sadecki. Tom Tresh. This is going to be off Sadecki's card. 5-8. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Whitey Ford facing Kenny Boyer, Bill White, and Mike Shannon. That's a 4-7 off Whitey. 4-7. It's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Bill White now. And that's a 4-8. It's going to be again off Whitey. A 4-8 is a swing and a miss. Again, strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Whitey Ford. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, no score. And we have Mike Shannon. Mike Shannon hit 8 doubles, 2 triples, 9 home runs, batted .261 in about half the season. And this is again off Whitey Ford. 4-6. That's a line drive base hit to center field for Mike Shannon. Mike Shannon has got good speed around the bases, but not really a great base stealer. This will be Tim McCarver. Here's the pitch from Whitey. Swung on. and lifted to left field. Left fielder Tommy Tresh squeezes it, and that's a third out. The Cardinals lead one, and after 2 full innings of play, no score. Ray Sadecki's going to face Joe Pepitone. Now, Pepitone had a great season, great power season, if you will. Hit 28 home runs. He led the team in home. Actually, I'm sorry, he was second on the team in home runs to Mantle's 35. He had 12 doubles, 3 triples, and had a .251 batting average. Try to get another light here. You need a lot of light when you can't see. Okay, here's the pitch from Sadecki. It's going to be a 4-4, and that's a pop-up. And in comes the left fielder, Brock. Back goes Boyer, and Boyer calls him off. 1 away. And now it's Ken's brother Cleet. They both play third base, so imagine being in the backyard when they were playing wiffle ball and so forth. They're both arguing over who plays third, right? All right, 3-7. And that's off Boyer's card, and that's grounded to the right side and through for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Yankees, and Clete Boyer's on at first. It's going to be the pitcher, Whitey Ford, who's a pitcher's hitting card number 1. Going to get that out. So I don't expect too much to go on here. With 1 out, guess what? He's going to bunt. So we're going to bunt, and that's going to be a 9. I don't know if that's a successful bunt. Batter is safe. So the catcher throws out Boyer. He didn't bunt it far enough away from the plate. So that's the second out. And Whitey's on a fielder's choice. 2 away now. And it's going to be Linz. Linz the shortstop. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. Linz swings, and it's a ground ball hit right at the shortstop, Grote. And he flips to second for the force and the third out. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. And in the bottom of the third against Whitey Ford, it's going to be Dal Maxville, Ray Sadecki, and Curt Flood. Here's the pitch to Maxville. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 out, and the third strikeout for Whitey Ford. Now, Whitey Ford had 17 wins and a 2.13 ERA, so he's a heck of a pitcher for the Yanks. And Ray Sadecki is a pitcher hitting card 2, so we're going to flip over the 1. Yeah, I love that. The crowd is excited here in Busch Stadium. 1964 crowd. They're all wearing their white shirts, black ties, and hats, and crazy. It's 3-6. So that's off the pitcher's card, and that's a ground ball right at Linz, who handles it easily. And that's 2 away now. And it's Curt Flood. Curt Flood grounded out in his first at bat. He batted .311 in 1964 with 25 doubles, 3 triples, and 5 home runs. Here's the pitch. And swung on and lifted to left. That's Tom Tresh. He's got it measured for the third out. So that's 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 3, no score here in Game 1 of the 1964 World Series. Let's see. Bobby Richardson. Bobby Richardson, who batted 25 doubles, 4 triples, 4 home runs, batted .267. Now he is a Gold Glove style second baseman. He's graded a 1 by Stratomatic. Here's the pitch by Sadecki. It's swung on, and that ball is going to be a split. That's lined into the alley. Chasing it down is the center fielder, Curt Flood, and Bobby Richardson's in at second, standing with a double. A leadoff double by Richardson has a man in scoring position, and it's Roger Maris. It's going to be Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle, and Elston Howard here in the top of the 4th inning against Ray Sadecki. Ray Sadecki, 20 wins, a 20-game winner with a 3.68 ERA. Pretty high ERA for this time period, I would say. 2-7, the pitch, and swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Maris goes down on strikes, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Sadecki. Everybody's upside down now. Oh, okay. There you go. It's one of those horizontal effects from the old black and white TVs, you know? Everything was up and down. Didn't know if it was right side up or what. Anyway, okay, here's Mickey Mantle. And Sadecki looks in for the sign. And Mickey Mantle calls time, steps out of the box. Runner on second base. Bobby Richardson led off with a double. And there's one out here. No score in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. Swung on by Mantle. And it's popped up to the right side. First baseman, Bill White, calls everybody off, and that's out number 2. And now it's going to be Elston Howard, probably the best hitter on the Yankees in 1964, average-wise, batted .313. Let me see, Boyer. Boyer batted, .218. I got some wrong numbers on the side here. The cards, I'm sure, have the right numbers, but I seem to have all the wrong numbers. I don't know what I looked at. I looked at 64. I don't know why I have the wrong numbers. Anyway, okay, so he batted .313, so I was right about him having the highest batting average on the Yankees. How you doing there, Jerry? How are you, bud? Okay, there's no score here in the top of the 4th. There's 2 outs. Bobby Richardson is on at second, and here's the pitch from Ray Sadecki. Swung on. It's Elston Howard's card, and it's a 2-4, and that's lined for a base hit, but that's going to force Richardson to stop. The star on Elston Howard's card is going to stop Bobby Richardson from scoring, and it's going to be 1st and 3rd now. You know, I'm thinking that this a lot of times is done because of trying to maintain or align the RBIs actually produced by these players. I think that's why it's done. So I guess guys with a lot of RBIs, I don't know, you guys can tell me if you know, but guys with a lot of RBIs in Stratomatic probably have a lot of 2 stars, right? And also no 1 star, and just the chance for you to try to score somebody after they get a hit. Whereas guys that maybe had a good average, hit home runs, but didn't drive in a lot of runs will have that 1 star always kind of holding that guy up. So I think that's why it's done. Let's see. Okay, runners on 1st and 3rd now. It's going to be Tom Tresh. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. It's going to be a 1-7 swung on and fouled off. And the next pitch is ball 4, so he's going to walk. The bases are now loaded. and it's going to be Joe Pepitone. Now, Joe Pepitone had quite a year. Joe Pepitone hit 28 home runs for the Yanks in 1964. First baseman who also played center field. He's a 3 at center, a 3 at first. So a pretty decent athlete in that he can play center field. So bases loaded. Bases loaded here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch from Sadecki, and it's swung on. It's off Sadecki's card, a 6-5, and that's a ball that's lifted to center. Back goes Flood. He's to the track. He's to the fence and makes the catch on the run. He was playing a deep center field for Pepitone, and that's the 3rd out. So Sadecki gets out of a bases-loaded jam in the top of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and no score. Leading off for the Cards in the bottom of the 4th against Whitey Ford is going to be Lou Brock. Now, something very interesting about Lou Brock. Let me double-check something. I'm looking at 64 Baseball Reference stats. 64 Baseball Reference stats, has, listen to this, guys, listen to this. If you look at, and check this for yourself. In 64, I'm double checking, in 64, Lou Brock, according to Baseball Reference, batted .348. But look at what it says on his card. It says on the card here, it says he batted .315. Explain that to me. It says on Baseball Reference, it says, yeah. It says he hit 21 doubles, 9 triples, and 12 home runs. What does it say here? 30 doubles, 11 triples, and 14 home runs. So the stats are Stratomatic stats. I would say Stratomatic stats are off. Somehow, so I'm not sure exactly what they're doing here. I know the sets are all kind of, sometimes these sets are representative of what he did over his career. I don't know if that's what it is, but that doesn't make sense because it says 1964 batting record. So I found a huge hole, and I've been scratching my head throughout this replay, because I set up my stats based on Baseball Reference, and they're not coinciding with what's coming up on the cards, except for some players. So someone somewhere, okay, he hit .315 in Reference, just looked. Wow, okay, wait a second. I'm looking at Reference as well. Let me see. 64 St. Louis. 64 St. Louis Cardinals statistics. I'm going to move the camera. And I'm looking batting average .348. I'm going to move the camera, guys, because you got to verify what I'm seeing here. Take a look at the yellow. Can you see the yellow? Oh, he played with the Cubs too. All right, there you go. That's the answer, guys. Boom. Solution, mystery solved, right? All right. Yes, now I got it. Okay, so it's a 6-5. We rolled a 6-5. It's going to be off Whitey Ford's card. And that's a fly ball lifted to center. So after all that, Brock lifts a fly to center. Center fielder Maris squeezes it one away. It's going to be Dick Groat now. So now I have all my my questions solved, thanks to you guys. All right, so here's Dick Groat. Here's the pitch from Ford, and it's a 2-10. It's swung on and grounded at the shortstop. Linz rifles it across the diamond, 2 away in the bottom of the 4th, and it's Kenny Boyer. Now, Kenny Boyer hit 30 doubles, 10 triples, 24 home runs with a .295 average. Here's the pitch, and it's off Whitey's card, and that's going to be a split die, and that's going to be up the middle and through for a base hit. All right, so there's 2 outs now, and Kenny Boyer's on it first, and it's going to be Bill White. Here's a pitch to Bill White, and it's again off Ford's card, 4-7, 4-7. This is going to be called strike 3. So that's the 3rd out, and the Cardinals lead 1. And at the end of 4, no score here in Game 1 of the 1964 World Series. We're going to be seeing Clete Boyer now facing Ray Sadecki. Both pitchers have shutouts going. Here's the pitch. Yep, I got you. We figured it out. Thank you so much. It's going to be off Sadecki's card, a 4-12, and that swung on and lifted to right field. And the right fielder, Shannon, is over. 1 away. Whitey Ford now. Whitey Ford is a 1. Pitcher hitting card number 1. See what happens. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on. And it's grounded to the shortstop. Shortstop is Grote. We don't even know what Grote is today. Let's see what he is. What kind of... hold on a second. Grote is a... Stealing D. Shortstop 3. So he's a 3. And we rolled a 19. That's probably a do-over. A 3-19, and it is a do-over. This is what I love about this. 12, okay. We should get a result now. 12, and that's a ball that Grote handles over to first, and he throws out Ford. And it's going to be Linz now in the top of the 5th inning with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. And it's a 4-12. And a 4-12 is swung on, and Linz lifts it to right. Right fielder Shannon towards the line and makes the catch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. No score, guys. Pitchers duel. 1964 Game 1 World Series pitchers duel at Busch Stadium. Mike Shannon against Whitey Ford. Whitey Ford so far has given up 2 hits. Struck out 3. Struck out 4. Here's the pitch. And it's 5-6, and it's swung on, lifted to right field. Right fielder Mantle. He's got it measured. 1 away. Tim McCarver, catcher. Future superstar baseball announcer, charismatic, articulate, knowledgeable baseball announcer. And here's the pitch. And it's swung on and up the middle and through for a base hit. So Tim McCarver singles with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Dal Maxville. Here's the pitch to Maxville, 6-5, and it's lifted to center. Hustling over, playing center field is Maris. I'm used to seeing Mantle out there. Don't know when they started changing that. And it's 2 away now. Maris makes the catch, and it's going to be the pitcher, Sadecki. And Sadecki is a 2 batter, so I think that's a little bit better than a 1. So we flip the card over, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the 5th strikeout for Ford, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 6th, no score. It's going to be Ray Sadecki facing Bobby Richardson, Roger Maris, and Mickey Mantle. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. Bobby Richardson swings and pops it up to the left side. The third baseman, Boyer, in foul territory, but back into fair territory and makes the catch. 1 out. Roger Maris now. Roger Maris hit 26 home runs. And that's going to be off Sadecki's card, a 6-8. And that ball is line base hit for Roger Maris. So Roger Maris is on at first now with the ever so dangerous Mickey Mantle, who clubbed 35 home runs and batted .303 for the Yanks in 1964. 1 away now, no score here in the top of the 6th inning. Maris is on at first. Here's the pitch to Mantle, and swung on and grounded to the second baseman. That's going to be Maxville playing second base. Going to take a look at what he is out there at second. Maxville is a 3 second baseman. There's an X on this play. And we rolled a 3. That may be trouble. And that ball is a single. And stopping at second is going to be Maris. So a ball that Maxville could not reach gets into the outfield, but gotten in quickly by the center fielder Flood. And runners on first and second now with Elston Howard, the batter. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. It's a 4-11. And that ball is grounded back to the pitcher. And Sadecki turns and over to Grote, back to first, but not in time. So it's going to be a 1-6 fielder's choice. Over to third goes Mantle. On at first is going to be Howard. And Tom Tresh with runners on first and third now, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th. Howard's on at first. Maris is on at third. Here's the pitch. And it's a 3-5. It's swung on and lined for a base hit. Tom Tresh, 1-0 Yanks, top of the 6th. And Howard's going to stop at second. RBI single by Tom Tresh. Comes up clutch. Tom Clutch Tresh here in Game 1 of the 1964 World Series gives the Yanks a 1-0 lead. Now, in actuality, you know, the Yanks lost this series in 7 games. Based on my little history, my fun little history baseball information card, right? 64 World Series. I started getting into these now. I picked up this one pretty cheaply, so I have this around so I can always kind of double check and look at the highlights and stuff like that. So it's fun. Fleer, 1968. I have that on the side here. Okay, so runners on first and second, 2 out, 1-0 Yanks, top of the 6th. And it's Sadecki against Pepitone. Now, Pepitone hit 28 home runs for the Yanks in 64. Here's the pitch from Sadecki, and it's swung on. And that's lined for a base hit. And they're giving me the opportunity to score. Who is on at second? Howard, who is a 1-9 with 2 outs, is a 1-11. And we're going to roll. We're going to roll to see. We're going to try to score Elston Howard. So the third base coach is waving him in. Here comes the relay. And he's safe under the tag. So that's an RBI single by Joe Pepitone. And the catcher, not known for his wheels, is waved home by the third base coach. And Tom Tresh, 1-14, 1-16, is going to go to third. Yes, he does. And Joe Pepitone, 1-14, is going to go to 1-16, is going to go to second, and he does. So both runners advance on that throw home to get Howard. So it's going to be runners on second and third now.
and Cleve Boyer, and they're going to put Cleve Boyer on. So the bases are now loaded for Whitey Ford. It's 2-0 Yanks. 2 big runs here with 2 outs. 2-out rally, if you will. And Ray Sadecki is going to face Whitey Ford, a 1 hitting card. And it's a 4-6. It's going to be off of Sadecki's card. And that's a fly ball lifted to left. Left fielder Brock running in and makes the catch for the 3rd out. But 2 runs come in on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And the Yanks now lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. In the bottom of the 6th, Whitey Ford is going to be facing the top of the order, Curt Flood, Lou Brock, and Dick Grote. Here's the pitch from Ford. It's a 2-10. It's swung on, and that's line into the gap, and Curt Flood is zooming around first base, and he's going to go into second standing. The throw is in late. And a leadoff double by Curt Flood. That's the 3rd hit of the game given up by Ford. Flood is on at second. Here's Lou Brock. The pitch, 1-4. It's swung on, lifted to left field. Had to check that again. Lifted to right field, excuse me. And right fielder Mantle over, 1 away. Dick Grote. And that ball is lined, base hit for Grote, and hustling around third is Flood. He comes in to score. 2-1 now. RBI single by Grote. So Grote is on at first. Ken Boyer now. 2-1. Yankees up here in the bottom of the 6th. And it's a 3-4. A 3-4 is a hard hit ground ball right at the shortstop. Lins, he flips to Bobby Richardson and over to Pepitone for a 4-6-3 double play. And that ends the inning. And we go to the top of the 7th, 2-1, Yanks. Ray Sadecki is going to face the top of the order, Phil Lins. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. It's 2-7, and that's a swing and a miss. 1 out now. And that is his, I believe, his 4th strikeout of the game. Bobby Richardson with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-1, Yankees lead Game 1 of the 1964 World Series. Bobby Richardson, 1-4. And that ball's popped up to the left side. The shortstop waving everybody off. And Grote makes the catch. 2 away now. And it's Roger Maris. Roger Maris is 1 for 3 on the day. He scored a run in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch, 1-6, and that ball is lined, base hit for Roger Maris. He's got his 2nd hit of the day. 2 outs, and Maris on at first, and now the ever-so-dangerous Mickey Mantle comes to the plate. Ray Sadecki still in there for the Cards. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. It's a 2-7 off Mantle's card, and that's a called strike 3. And that's the 5th strikeout for Sadecki, and he gets Mantle on a beautiful curveball that froze Mantle at the plate. And after 6.5, 2-1 Yanks. Against Whitey Ford, it's going to be Bill White, Mike Shannon, and Tim McCarver. Bill White had quite a year, 37 doubles, 4 triples, 21 home runs, and a 303 average. He becomes a 70s and 80s iconic Yankee announcer. Bill White, Phil Rizzuto, and there was one more there. I can't remember his name. I know that This Week in Baseball announcer was part of that team. Mel Allen, I believe it is. He was part of that team on and off, I believe. But then there was another guy. I can't remember his name. Anyway, all right, here's Bill White, pitch from Whitey Ford. 6-8 off, say, pop-up first base. And the first baseman, Pepitone, over. One away. It'll be Mike Shannon now. Mike Shannon on the day is 1 for 2. He's singled in the second inning. Here's the pitch, a 5-6. And that's swung on and lifted to right field. Right fielder Mantle over. 2 away. And now it's Tim McCarver. McCarver is 1 for 2. He's singled. 2 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. It's 3-4. And that's line base hit for McCarver, his second hit of the game. 2 outs and Dal Maxville. Here's Ford. Swung on. And missed. Strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Whitey Ford. And we go to the top of the 8th, 2-1 Yankees in Game 1 of the 1964 World Series replay. In the top of the 8th for the Yankees, it's going to be Elston Howard. Here's the pitch from Sadecki. And swung on by Howard, and that's lined and caught. Caught by Grote. Nice catch there. A sinking line drive. And it's going to be Tom Tresh with 1 out. 2-7. And that ball is lined into the alley and rolling all the way to the wall. Hustling to get it is Brock. And Flood cuts him off and gets the ball in quickly. And here's the throw to second. And he's safe. A double. Double for Tom Tresh with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Against Ray Sadecki. And it looks like there's going to be a visit to the mound. And that's going to give us a chance to check out the bullpen for the Cardinals. We got Ron Taylor. Cuellar did some. Mike Cuellar was with the Cardinals. I know him from the Orioles. Let's see who else is here. Gordon Richardson, Roger Craig. Roger Craig. Gordon Richardson, and Barney Schultz. Let's take a look at what we got here. Barney Schultz. Okay, so with 1 out, runner on second, it's the Cardinals are behind 2-1, and it looks like they're going to put Pepitone. They're going to put Pepitone on base. There is definitely movement in the Cardinal bullpen. Pepitone is going to be walked intentionally, and that's going to put runners on first and second now with 1 out. And coming to the bat is Cleve Boyer, who batted .218, 10 doubles, 5 triples, and 8 home runs. And there's another visit to the mound, guys. There's another visit to the mound. And it looks like coming into pitch, that's going to be all. The manager's taking the ball away from Sadecki. And coming into pitch is going to be Barney Schultz. And with the pitcher spot due up next, there's going to be a double switch. And we don't know who is available, but we're going to look it up. I have a couple of players here. I'm not sure if they were available for this series, so I don't want to bring somebody who was injured and unable to play in to pull the double switch. Charlie James was available. Warwick, Javier. Okay, Javier is actually a guy that they did that with. So Javier is going to double switch, and he's going to bat ninth and play second base, and he is a 2 at second base. And he's going to, the pitcher, Schultz, is going to be in the 8th spot where Maxville was batting. And we're going to make Schultz, we're going to fill in the box pink. And that allows me to quickly see what went on. So, Sadecki's out. Schultz is in. Javier is in the lineup now, batting ninth. Maxville is out. And it's going to be Clete Boyer against Barney Schultz with the bases, with runners on first and second and one out here in a 2-1 game. Yankees are up 2-1. St. Louis is trying to prevent the Yanks from scoring any more runs. Here's the pitch from Schultz. It better be off Schultz's card, and it is. It's a 5-11. So it's a ground ball back to Schultz, and he turns around and over to the shortstop and back to first, not in time. So they get Pepitone on a fielder's choice for the second out. And Boyer's on at first. Tresh is on at third. And it's going to be Whitey Ford now. And Whitey Ford is a 1. And we're going to let Whitey Ford bat. He's got he's doing an outstanding job pitching. So we're not going to change him. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-8. And that's going to be off Schultz. And that's a pop-up to the right side. First baseman, White, makes the catch for the third out. So Schultz comes in and does a masterful job, gets 2 outs. And that's all for the top of the 8th inning. The Yanks come up empty even though they threaten. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 2-1. Yanks, game 1 of the 1964 World Series. 1964 World Series. There it is, with the glare and everything. All right. Curt Flood, actually it's Javier leading it off against Whitey Ford. Here's the pitch from Whitey. And it's a 3-5, and that ball is swung on and lifted deep to center field. Back goes the center fielder, Maris, to the track, to the fence, and makes the catch. So Javier gets great wood on that ball, not known for his power, but he did hit 12 home runs, but he got a lot of wood on that one, sent it deep to center field. But Maris was right there. And it's going to be Curt Flood now. One away. Here's a pitch from Whitey. And it's swung on and popped up to the left side. Shortstop Lins is calling everybody off. Makes the catch. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. And it's Lou Brock. And it's going to be a 6 off Whitey's card, 6-6. And that's a ball that's lifted to left field. Left fielder Tresh measures it for the third out. 3 up, 3 down against Whitey Ford here in the bottom of the 8th, 2-1 Yanks. In the top of the 9th, Schultz is going to face Phil Linz, Bobby Richardson, and Roger Maris. The St. Louis crowd is at the edge of their seats in this one. It's a nail-biter for sure. Here's Phil Linz. The pitch from Schultz. It's off Schultz's card, a 6-6. That ball is lined. Base hit. Linz is now 1 for 5 on the day. Bobby Richardson squares, and he bunts the ball. And that's a successful bunt. He's out at first, but over to second is Lentz. 1 away now. And it's going to be Maris. Maris and Mantle against Barney Schultz. Barney Schultz 1-1, but has a 1.65 ERA. Here's the pitch to Maris. It's a 5-3 off Schultz's card, so that's a good omen. It's a ground ball right at the first baseman. But Bill White, let's see what kind of first baseman Bill White was. White was a 1 at first base, so that's sure to be an out. It's an X. We rolled a 14, and it is. It's unassisted. 3 unassisted. Over to third goes Lentz. Two out now. Lentz is on a third, and it's Mickey Mantle. Let's see. It was 5-3. Yeah, Mickey Mantle now. We were holding up the Maris. I think we were holding up the Richardson card. We never moved it, but it didn't matter. Okay, we checked it now. It's going to be Schultz again with Lentz at third. Mantle batted .303, so he's going to be dangerous. Here's the pitch. It's going to be off Mantle's card, and that's going to be lined in the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall. Hustling to get it is Flood. Gets it back in. Lentz scores, and Mantle is on second with a RBI double with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. It gives the Yanks a huge insurance run. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Yanks, and the worst type of medicine for Schultz and the Cards. Elston Howard now, and they're going to walk Elston Howard, it looks like, to face Tom Tresh. Runners on first and second. Howard's on at first. Mantle's on at second. And it's going to be Tommy Tresh. Tommy Tresh batted .246, 25 doubles, 5 triples, and 16 home runs. Here's the pitch from Schultz. And that ball is lifted to center field. Hustling across is Flood and makes the running catch for the third out. But the damage has been done. A huge insurance run picked up by the Yanks in the top of the ninth on the double by Mantle. And the Yanks lead it 3-1 going to the bottom of the ninth. In the bottom of the ninth, facing Whitey Ford. It's going to be Grote, Boyer, and Bill White. Grote batted .292, 35 doubles, 6 triples, and 1 home run. So not a lot of power, but he can get the extra base hit. We need a couple of runs here, so we definitely need somebody on base at this point. And there's the pitch. It's a 2-6, and that ball is swung on and grounded to Boyer at third across the diamond, 1 away. Ken Boyer up now. 3-1 Yanks in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Kenny Boyer against Whitey Ford. Here's the pitch from Ford. 4-8. That's swung on and missed, strike 3. 7 strikeout for Whitey Ford. And it's going to be Bill White now. Bill White batted .303, 37 doubles, 4 triples, and 21 home runs. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, Game 1 of the 1964 World Series at Busch Stadium. So 1-3, it's swung on and lifted to right field. Over is the right fielder, Mantle. And he squeezes it. And that's the ball game, folks. The Yanks win Game 1 of the 1964 World Series by a score of 3-1. Whitey Ford gets a huge victory, goes the complete game. He strikes out 7. Gives up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits. Only 1 run. One earned run. And he walked I have him with 0 walks. He walked nobody. And the loss goes to Sadecki, who pitched extremely well. Gave up only 2 runs in the time he was in the game. And that's all she wrote for the 1964 World Series. Game 1 goes to the Yanks. We will play Game 2 probably in a little while. I'm not sure. It's pretty hot here today. Not about 90 degrees in San Antonio. So the whole house is pretty hot. I got to get a fan. And that's all for today. Combat Painter. How long did this broadcast go? 57 minutes. But it was a heck of a game. All the way till the end. So signing off is Combat Painter. We are replaying the 1964 World Series. Game 1. And it goes to the Yanks. No problem, guys. Great seeing you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye now.